This is DameSmiff, and I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about the singer Mandisa Hundley, who had recently passed away unexpectedly. And this is similar to a theme we've noticed on other videos that I have about other artists and musicians that are seemingly just unexpectedly passing away. And some of it is due to health reasons and some of it is just unknown. And for example, today's topic of the singer Mandisa, it's more of a unexpected and unknown passing, so we don't have too much information on her passing. But in honor of her works, I wanted to simply just highlight a lot of the things that she's done and kind of just bring, you know, a little more clarity into who she may be and let you kind of find out a little bit more for yourself. So I have here her Wikipedia page, which kind of just gives you a snapshot of really who she is. She has a lot of work actually, as far as performing with other artists, being a singer, and the biggest thing that she seems to be known for is American Idol. She had a really good run on there, but eventually got eliminated. So do look into her journey on American Idol. And I wanted to focus more so on the music career that spawned from American Idol because it's pretty lengthy as far as the paragraph size, but it's star-studded, I'll say, to say the least. So it starts off saying, on July 27th, 2007, after being eliminated from American Idol, Mandisa then performed the song I Don't Hurt Anymore on the TV talk show Live with Regis and Kelly. That's huge. And then the next thing, she also joined Gladys Knight and others at the Apollo Theater for the benefit concert Back to Harlem to raise money for various charities. So she's already doing work, giving back, and working with other artists and things like that. And it says Mandisa was featured alongside Kirk Franklin on Toby Mac's song Lose My Soul from his album Portable Sounds in 2007. Mandisa's first full-length album, True Beauty, was released on July 31st, 2007. So that's her first full-length album, True Beauty. So make sure you go check that out. Now, there's a lot more that goes into this. The album debuted at #1 and top Christian. That was the first time a new female artist debuted at top Christian. And so there's a lot of big things happening in her career, right? But similar to the other artists that we were talking about that seem to suddenly have passed away, most of their careers aren't affecting the death, like you're not seeing people who are musicians dying because of doing music. There seems to be other, life events and other factors that play a role. So if we take a moment to think about like some of the things we personally deal with outside of maybe work or outside of family, there's many things that kind of affect this. Now it does get into her personal life, and it states where she's from. Her second album is called Freedom, but it says as of March 2009, oh, the second album was titled Freedom, and it was inspired by her experience of overcoming what she said was an addiction to food. Now, that's something that most people wouldn't necessarily admit, but it's also something that can be very dangerous and unhealthy to deal with because a lot of people, when we're thinking about the foods that we enjoy from any walk of life, a lot of it is given to you. You're not necessarily getting to choose your diet until you get a little more educated about what you want to do. So when people realize they have an addiction, you're pretty much probably well into it by the time you realize it. And so for her to overcome that is pretty powerful. Then it says, as of March 2009, it was reported that she lost 75 pounds. That's crazy. As of February 2011, she reached her goal of losing 100 pounds. So she got that extra 25 off in the next 2 years, which is amazing. Because the thing about losing weight, and this would be probably helpful for some of you who are trying to lose weight, if you're really, really, really heavy, it's easy to get the first, pounds off, the first bunch of pounds. And then as you start to lose weight, it gets tougher. And the reason it gets tougher is because are you're faced with pretty much a barrier. You have doing nothing, right? You're not exercising at all, and then you're beginning to exercise, and your body's gonna really, really react to that. But then eventually, your body's gonna want more. It's gonna want you to exercise more days or be more active in more ways, right? And so, as it craves more, it's gonna start to hold on to the weight in order to keep your energy up. Like it'll hold on to fat and things like that. And that's where you're gonna have to start tweaking your diet and things like that. So it's good that she found out, what she found out about food early on, which probably really skyrocketed her results, right? So that's actually pretty amazing. And so it says after the loss of a close friend to breast cancer in 2014, Mandisa gained back much of the weight she had originally lost. So that's key. So remember, a lot of the reasons people tend to get into, either a lifestyle change or a journey or things like that are usually triggered by something, right? So she found out she had a food addiction, lost the weight, put in the work, but then losing a friend changed her mindset about it. Her focus was off a little bit, so she wound up gaining the weight back. And so it says the loss of her friend, accompanied by a personal sense of betrayal by God. So, energy started to get projected in different places and things like that, led her to retreat from the public. And that's in 2014. Then it says in May 2017, Mandisa returned to the public eye, speaking openly with her struggle with depression. She appeared on podcasts and wrote a memoir, Out of the Dark, My Journey Through the Shadows to Find God's Joy. When she released Out of the Dark in 2017, it was the first album she had recorded in 3 years. And so fast forward to this past April 18th, 2024, Mandisa was found passed away at her home in Franklin, Tennessee at the age of 47. And so there's still an investigation on what's, you know, going on, but that's the gist of the story of Mandisa. And like I said, make sure you check out her performance on American Idol. She has a lot of really, really good work. I got to get a snapshot of her music before I started this live, but it's it's a peculiar situation. It's a peculiar moment because though people are going through struggles and things like that, a lot of the things that affect us when it comes to musicianship, artistry, and trying to maintain a career and things like that, it's usually something outside of music. So for her, fitness and eating better helped her move to one direction, but then losing a friend helped her move to another direction. And these are the things that we kind of either miss as artists or we just can't overcome because, different factors, right? But rest in peace to Mandisa Hundley, the gospel R&B singer. And that's pretty much what I have for you guys. Hopefully we don't see many more stories like this, especially coming from our musicians and things like that, because like I said, these aren't things that have anything to do with music directly. It just seems to be people who create our music are being affected a certain way. And it could be anything. Like this person lost someone really, really close. Um, the last person we talked about, they kind of just passed away unexpectedly. So we, we don't know that one either. So a lot of it seems to just be up in the air as far as what the causes may be. But it is something to be mindful of when you are navigating everything. And I do mean everything as a musician. So if this was interesting to you, let me know, and I'll keep covering stories like this. And rest in peace, Mandisa.